Colorado High School Activities Association basketball is on Morgan County's B106. And the Eastern Plains Sports Network, the Fort Morgan Mustang girls and boys taking on the Erie Tigers. And Erie just won the opening tip. And it was a miss on a three-pointer by Deb Altschuler as Anna Hefner committed the foul, the senior center. And now we've got a miscue at midcourt. And the steal by Grace Moyers of Erie. She puts it up and in, an underhand layup off the glass. And the Mustangs have committed a turnover. Less than 30 seconds into the game. The other way, Emma Christensen banks and misses, got nothing but glass, gets the rebound, dribbles along the right baseline, puts it back up, and she got nothing but glass again. And the rebound into the hands of Grace Moyers. We'll get to the starting lineups here momentarily. Moyers at the free throw line in the lane, left-handed layup off the glass is up and in for Grace Moyers, and just like that, she's 2 for 2. And Erie leads 4-0, 49 seconds into the opening quarter. No fans at all here, not even for Erie. On the outside left, Fritzler threw it behind Olivia Wolf into the Mustang bench. Miscommunication there. The Mustangs are dressed in their road blacks, Erie in their home whites. It's Emma Christensen, the senior Tessa Frasco, Olivia Wolf, Kirsten Dahl, and Jenna Fritzler. Here's the senior Grace Moyers on the outside right. Deb Altschuler fakes the three, steps in, puts up an underhand shot that hits nothing but air. And away with the basketball is Tessa Frasco of Fort Morgan. Long pass to Wolf. She turns, has the shot partially blocked. Picked up by Emma Christensen. Has the ball poked out of bounds by Ava Welty. Emma's already got a couple of rebounds in the game. 3/4 court, the junior to throw it in for Fort Morgan. 4-0 Erie. 6:43 to go in the first. Christensen looking, bounce pass, right corner, penetrating is Jenna Fritzler all the way. Reverse layup blocked. Boy, you got to put a pump fake in there. Deb Altschuler stuffed it right back in her face. Long pass down low. Altschuler puts up a 7-footer and misses. Rebound, Hefner banks and scores with the left hand off the glass. She was not blocked off. And it's 6-0 Erie. Christensen the other way for Fort Morgan, just beyond the timeline, feeds it to Frasco. And we've got a whistle. And, the mask came down. Jenna Fritzler's mask was not holding up, so she's out of the game here in favor of Holly Lewis. Lewis to throw it in 3/4 court. 6:20 to go in the opening quarter. 6-0 Erie. Lewis looking. Feeds it left to the free throw line to Frasco. Dribbles towards the top of the three-point circle. This is man-to-man or player-to-player. Bounce pass to the outside right. Christensen gets a pick. Dribbles to her left near the timeline now, setting up the play for the Mustangs. Got to get rid of the ball. Yep, just got rid of it. 5-second count was in effect there. Frasco left to the free throw line. Lost control of the basketball. Bodies on the floor. Moyer's trying to pick it up. There's going to be a tie-up, and that possession is going to stay with the Mustangs as the arrow is pointing towards their side. The opening tip brought to you by High Plains Bank, your friendly local community bank serving Wiggins and all surrounding areas at highplainsbank.com. The lob down low. Christensen banks and misses off the beautiful feed from Kirsten Dahl. Altschuler has the rebound from Erie. Good ball work there by the Mustangs. Right corner three is up, and that rattles in for Aaliyah George. And just like that, Erie, ranked 6th in the state, leads 9-0 with 5:33 to go in the first. Christensen against Ava Welty, picks up the dribble, and we've got a timeout called by head coach Steve Starcer with an even 5.5 to go in the first. The boys' game, I'm guessing 7 o'clock. If you have the 2.5-hour time separation, but at Roosevelt, that separation was more like, half hour? 40 minutes after the game, not a full hour. So it could veer in either direction. Mustangs will host Severance coming up on Friday, 5 and 7:30. Right here on B106. It is silent. On one side, only media members. On the other side, just a couple of players who are handling the camera for Erie. Grace Moyers, Aaliyah George, Ava Welty, Deb Altschuler, and Anna Hefner for Erie. The Mustangs already with a substitution. Holly Lewis coming in for Jenna Fritzler. 3/4 court, Christensen along the side, gets it into Kirsten Dahl, hands it off to Christensen on the high left. Dribbles towards the top of the three-point circle against George. Ball knocked away, now tied up. Yep, tied up, and it's going to go over to Erie. Ava Welty was able to tie her up. Well, the Mustangs doing their best to control the basketball. They've minimized the turnovers so far, but They can't get anything to fall. They're down 9-0 coming off that 50-point setback. Down low to Hefner all the way. Banks and misses. And Hefner gets her own rebound. Straight away with the basketball is Welty. In the right corner, Altschuler takes a long three, and that's way short. And the ball is volleyballed into the hands and a foul of Aaliyah George as she grabbed the rebound. That'll be 2 free throws, and Mustang foul was on Emma Christensen, her first, the team's first. And to the stripe is Aaliyah George. And that free throw is off to the right. Second free throw upcoming here for Aaliyah George. Got the early 4:30 start. That one's up and in, nothing but string. Erie 10, Fort Morgan nothing. 5 minutes to go in the first quarter. Christensen met at midcourt by Ava Welty. Swings it back out to Frasco. Now to Christensen on the high right. Feeds it over to Holly Lewis. Dribbling towards the top. Stripped and a foul there by Ava Welty reaching in. Second team foul. Here comes Jenna Fritzler back into the game. This time for Kirsten Dahl. And just beyond midcourt, Christensen calling out the play for the Mustangs. She might have to get in the backcourt. No, feeds it high right to Fritzler, right through her hands, but she picks it back up. Down low, Frasco. She leans. She puts it up, partially blocked, gets it right back, and then partially blocked again. Ball is loose on the floor. Nice defense by Grace Moyers. Possession arrow stays with Fort Morgan. As there was a tie-up down low. And to throw it in is Olivia Wolf right underneath the basket on the offensive end with 4:42 to go in the first. Erie 10, Fort Morgan nothing. There's the lob at the top for Christensen. Takes the three, and that might have been partially blocked. It was by Grace Moyers. The thing I'm not seeing with Fort Morgan, you got to pump fake a little bit. They're just trying to shoot right in Erie's face, and that's a much taller team. You have to pump fake and get them in the air. Wolf to throw it in. On the outside left, Lewis, long three is up, and that got the back of the rim, and the ball is rebounded by Deb Altschuler on the strong side. Altschuler, cross-court pass in the front court to Moyers. Lob down low for Hefner. Poked away by Christensen, but picked up by Altschuler. And she puts it up and in from about 3 feet away. Just bad luck for the Mustangs. Nice defense there by Emma. 12-0. Fort Morgan trails. 4:17 to go. In the opening quarter, Holly Lewis in a high right. Ball stripped out of bounds by Moyers. Looked like there was contact. No whistle. And here we go with Maddie Hartle and Sarah Hill. Hartle and Hill in for Erie. To the left of the basket, Olivia Wolf to throw it in. Lobs it back out on the high right to Frasco. Right corner, Wolf. Wide open three. She'll take it, and she throws up an air ball. Deb Altschuler with the basketball for Erie. The long pass inside all the way. The layup is up and short. It's missed over there by Hartel, but she grabs her own rebound. Hartel down low. In the lane, left-handed hook is around it. Good. What a shot there by Ava Welty. That's the fifth player in the scoring column for Erie. 14-0. On the outside left, Wolf penetrates left baseline all the way. She's fouled on the floor. No, they're going to give her 2 shots, I believe. Aaliyah George committed the foul. And the Mustangs looking for their first point with 3:46 to go here in the opening quarter. And we've got a mid-quarter timeout called. That's the rule now. That's the COVID rule. Once we get to the midway point, around the midway point, the teams take a 30-second break. And we don't go anywhere. Bank of Colorado is the only bank dedicated to help you make the most of living in Colorado. Not just a bank in Colorado. They're Bank of Colorado, proud supporter of local sports and academics. 4 points for Grace Moyers and Aaliyah George to lead Erie. The Mustangs are looking for their first point of the game. And Olivia Wolf will step to the stripe. Ryan Nickel will be with you on Friday for the doubleheader. The left-hander trying to get Fort Morgan on the scoreboard, and she drills that one beautifully. Nothing but string. That ends the 14-0 run by Erie to begin the game. Second free throw. Yes, it rattles home. Erie 14, Fort Morgan 2. They're still looking for their first field goal, though. Aaliyah George into the front court. At the top on the outside left. Feeds it over to Welty. Down low. Open for a second was Hartle, and she scores. Check that. That's Sarah Hill. and that's the 6th player in the scoring column, a little 2-footer. And then Olivia Wolf was not looking towards Christensen and threw it out of bounds. Turnover number 4. Not too bad, though, for Fort Morgan, but Erie is not applying the press like we saw with Roosevelt last week. They're allowing the Mustangs to bring it up into the front court. Wolf is out. And Kirsten Dahl back in. Right corner wide open, Hartle 3. It's off the back of the rim, and the ball is volleyballed into the hands of Holly Lewis of Fort Morgan. Lewis against Altschuler, feeds it into the front court. Here's Emma Christensen at the top. On the high right to Frasco. She's bodied up. That's got to be a foul. That is ridiculous. And Maddie Hartle's not playing defense. She's playing tackle football. That's the 4th team foul, just reaching. There was no footwork there. It was all hands. I mean, I could have called that from Egypt. 3/4 court, Christensen to throw it in. Christensen, she has Fritzler open, feeds Dahl, now to Christensen, dribbling right baseline, now backs it off in the corner, partially blocked, picked up by Kirsten Dahl, misses Banks, and she misses again, and the ball's out of bounds. It's off of Erie. Fort Morgan retains possession, but again, even there, Emma, no pump fake. You got a pump fake. I've seen 3 Mustang players without a pump fake. We've had about 6 shots blocked already in the early going. The lob at the top to Emma Christensen. Guarded by Aaliyah George. Feeds it outside right to Frasco. Dribbling towards the right baseline. And then she puts up a shot, hits the side of the backboard, gets it right back. She's got nowhere to go with that. Throws up a wild prayer and misses. And then out of bounds was Ava Welty. The Mustangs retain possession. I'll say this for Fort Morgan. They're doing well on the boards. Erie's the taller team. They've got 9 rebounds, but Fort Morgan does have 7. To throw it in is Christensen. Lobs it in the paint to Fritzler right through her hands. That was a perfect pass. Turnover number 5. Erie's not turned it over yet. Down on the right baseline to Hartle. Now the long 3 by George is off to the left. Nice rebound there by Jenna Fritzler, Fort Morgan, but the outlet is thrown away, and it's thrown into the hands of Ava Welty. Turnover number 6. Welty on the outside right. Down low for George. Here is Sarah Hill in the lane. Back out, free throw line. Dribbling into the lane is Welty. On the outside right, George 3 is up. Back rimmed it, no. And Kirsten Dahl with a Mustang rebound. Dahl on the outlet to Christensen. 2:12 to go, first quarter. Erie 16, Fort Morgan 2. Chest pass at a high left to Frasco. Bounce pass at the top for Fritzler. Looking down low. Finds Dahl in the lane. Dribbles, turns, shoots, and misses in and out. And the rebound to Deb Altschuler of Erie, her 4th. There's the long outlet to Hartle. 2-on-1 all the way. Banks and scores. Only one Mustang back. That was Christensen. Nothing she could do there. And it's now an 18-2 lead. 7 players in the scoring column in the opening quarter for Erie. 1:43 to go on the high left. Frasco with a basketball. At the top of the bounce pass to Fritzler. Defender in the air. High right to Christensen. Utilizes a pick. Maintains the dribble. Picks up the dribble. And then her cross-court pass is intercepted. This will be an easy layup by herself as Hartle. And she banks and scores. And she's got 4 in the game on the last 2 possessions. 20-2 Erie. A minute 19 to go in the first. Chest pass on the high left to Frasco. Left-handed dribble. Bodied up and fouled by Maddie Hartle. That's her 2nd. We could see a substitution. In fact, Grace Moyers will check back in along with Anna Hefner. And number 20. I don't have that one on the roster. Don't have a 20 on this roster for Erie, so that's going to be my guess at this point. Unless we're going to say that's Godino. Genevieve Godino, maybe a different uniform number. The lob is taken by Fritzler. Fritzler back out just across the timeline in the front court to Holly Lewis. Bounce pass is poked away out of bounds. Intended for Brooklyn Cundiff back in the game. Poked away by Godino. And to throw it in is Christensen. A minute 10 to go in the first. Down by 18 is Fort Morgan. Christensen lobs it near the top. Taken by Lewis. Excellent pass there by Emma. Picks up the dribble. Back out to Frasco. Dribbles into the lane, but it got knocked away and intercepted. Godino, left-handed dribble. On the high left, here's Moyers, down low Godino. And it looked like she traveled big time. That's the first turnover by Erie. Fort Morgan has it with 55 seconds to go in the opening quarter. Here come the Mustangs the other way. Christensen back on the high left to Frasco, well behind the three-point line. Lobs it down low, but no pump again. It was poked out of bounds by Hartle. Mustangs have got to do some ball fakes. Ball fakes when passing and pump a little bit when shooting so you don't have all these shots blocked, especially when you're the shorter team. Three-quarters court, Christensen to get it into Frasco. Frasco dribbles towards the top of the three-point circle. 39 seconds to go. Now to Christensen. Takes a shot. That was partially blocked just inside the three-point line. Taken away by Hartle. Here comes Erie the other way. Godino, left baseline, dribbles. Now is triple-teamed. Back out to Hill. Straight away. Long three is off the back of the rim. Missed by Moyers. And we've got a foul. It's going to be against Erie. That'll be their sixth foul. Anna Hefner commits her second. Well, the Mustangs could be taking free throws here. They don't have a single field goal yet. 2 free throws by Olivia Wolf. But again, and Emma was the latest one there. Did not pump at all. Had a shot blocked. This is too tall of a team not to pump when you shoot. Bounce pass into Christensen from Frasco. She banks and misses. And the ball is out of bounds off of Cundiff of Fort Morgan. It'll go to Erie with 6 seconds to go here in the opening quarter. Could be a desperation shot here. Moyers at midcourt with 4, with 3, towards the top with 2. Backs up, long 3 is going to be short, and that's the end of the first quarter. It's Erie 20 and the Mustangs 2 on B106 and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. John Beltran back in Erie. Let's head to the second quarter. A tough one for the Mustangs in the opening 8 minutes. They trail 20-2. And it'll be Maddie Hartle to throw it in. Erie basketball first to Grace Moyers. Will set up the Mustang lineup. Moyers gets a pick from Hefner. Dribbles to her right. Now picked up by Wolf. And the pass inside is poked away. Intercepted by Tessa Frasco. Then her pass is off the foot of Christensen, but picked up near midcourt by Jenna Fritzler. On the high right, Christensen now dribbles to the left. At the top, spinning at the free throw line. And then had the ball taken away by Grace Moyers. Wrestled away, 2-on-1. Moyers down low for Godino. She banks and misses an easy one. And Estrada Diaz had the ball go off her leg out of bounds. She's out there with Jenna Fritzler, Emma Christensen, Tessa Frasco. Oh, they're going to say it went off. I thought it went off of Erie. It went off Fort Morgan, but it went off Erie. Okay, check that. So the Mustangs had the basketball. Again, Christensen, Fritzler, along with Frasco, Estrada Diaz, and Olivia Wolf. And here comes Marbella. Frasco on the outside left, dribbling left baseline, double team. She walked. That is turnover number 10 unofficially for the Mustangs. 2 in the game for Erie. And Erie will methodically take the ball up the court. Grace Moyers back out to Aaliyah George. Now here is Sarah Hill. Straight away to Ava Welty. Baseball pass left corner. Now down low, Hefner. Free throw line. 15-footer is good on that pass from Hefner to Ava Welty. And the Erie lead is 20, 22-2, 6:50 to go in the first half. Olivia Wolf feeds it left corner for Frasco. Dribbles by 2, then lost control. Picked up by Estrada Diaz to the free throw line. All the way she banks and scores. Strong move to the right of the basket by Estrada Diaz. It took the Mustangs over 9 minutes, but they finally have their first field goal of the game. Erie 22, Fort Morgan 4. Moyers just beyond midcourt. At the top for Anna Hefner. Hands it off to Moyers. Moyers bounce pass to Welty. Left baseline wide open 15-footer is missed by Hill. Rebound Hefner banks and misses. And then the ball is taken away by Jenna Fritzler. Nice job by the Mustangs grabbing that board. Here on the high right into the front court is Christensen. Now to Estrada Diaz, right baseline. Bounce pass cross court to Fritzler. Fritzler, single team, has to get rid of it. Has a offender open, and that's Wolf. Wolf penetrating left baseline, cut off by Hartle. Bounce pass near the top. Here's Estrada Diaz. Diaz into the lane. Diaz now on the right baseline. Kicks it back out to Christensen. She's double teamed. Then has the ball taken away, and she had to get rid of it quicker. It's taken away by Ava Welty. Here's a 3-on-2. Moyers to Hill. Banks scores, and a Mustang foul on Wolf. Little 3-footer. Wolf commits the fouler first. And to the line is Sarah Hill. She's got 4, and the lead is 20. And checking in will be Kirsten Dahl for the Mustangs. Dahl to shoot 1 for Erie. Quick moving first half. That could speed up the start of the boys' game. Free throw rattles around and good. Now 25-4. Deb Altschuler is back in. Grace Moyers took about a 30-second rest. She's back in as well. Here comes Olivia Wolf for Fort Morgan. Wolf met by George, had the ball poked away, picked up on the high right by Estrada Diaz, lobs it down low, but it was well overthrown, intercepted by Altschuler. Long pass to Welty in the high left. Cross-court right baseline. George, 15-footer, is back rimmed, and the rebound to Kirsten Dahl of Fort Morgan. Outlet to Wolf. The Mustangs have a 3-on-3 working. Left baseline pass out there to Fritzer. Back out to Wolf. Down low to Dahl. Dribbles. Kicks it back out to Diaz on the high right. Estrada Diaz now is going to feed. Tessa Frasco. Can't find anybody down low. Bounce pass at the top for Wolf. 5:05 to go, first half. Erie 25, Fort Morgan 4. Frasco on the outside left. Had the ball poked away by Altschuler. Frasco picks it up in the left corner. Frasco dribbles left baseline and fouled. She'll have a 1-and-1, 17th foul. Altschuler with her first. Thanks to all our sponsors, including Western Engineering Consultants. Engineering and consulting services for all of your projects. Strong commitment to their clients' needs sets them apart. Get your project started the right way. Western Engineering Consultants. Free throw. Frasco. Bingo. The lead for Erie is down to 20. 25-5. Second free throw is upcoming. Yeah, we'll get this half in about half an hour. We've got 4:56 to go. Second free throw is off to the right, and the ball is out of bounds. That's off Erie. Nice box out there by Fritzer. Couldn't control it, but it went off of Altschuler's right hand. And Wolf to throw it in. To the left of the basket on the offensive end. Wolf feeds it in the right corner for Fritzer. Lob on the high right now to Frasco. Near the top to Estrada Diaz. She would travel there, but no whistle. Then had the ball stolen away by Grace Moyers. Moyers with a 3-on-5. Back out here to George. Down low in the lane to Hefner. Bang scores and a foul, and she'll go to the line. Anna Hefner now has 4 in the game. And the foul was on Fritzer, her first. Hefner to shoot a free throw. Out of the game is Ava Welty. And Christensen replaces Estrada Diaz for the Mustangs. And Anna Hefner to shoot one. I knew I was going to write on myself. It's all over my pants. Blue ink. Come on, John. Be better. Free throw is up, and that is good by Anna Hefner. She's got 5, equaling Sarah Hill's total. 28-5 Erie. 4:38 to go in the first. Frasco all the way. Left-handed shot off the side of the backboard. Picked up by Dolan. She misses. Now here is Deb Altschuler. Altschuler lobs it down low for Aaliyah George, then kicks it back out on the bounce. Moyers, parking lot 3, is around and no good. And the rebound by Kirsten Dahl. That's her 5th on the outlet to Wolf. Wolf with 4:19 to go in the first half. Erie 28, Fort Morgan 5. Feeds it out to Frasco on the handoff. Frasco at the top of the three-point circle. Bounce pass on the high right. Fritzer penetrates right baseline. Then her pass was kicked out of bounds by Anna Hefner, as Coach Starsher calls out the play. Mustangs tally just 23 on Friday night against a very good Roosevelt team, and this team is better. Olivia Wolf's got to get it in. Down low to Fritzer, and has the shot blocked, but a foul by Altschuler. Nice feed, and a nice cut to the basket by Fritzler. Altschuler, Hartle, and Hefner all have 2 fouls. Almost to the midway point of this quarter to take the mask break. And the free throw by Fritzler is rattling and good. The Mustangs are 4-5 from the line. They've accounted for 67% of their points. The lone field goal came from Estrada Diaz. Second free throw is in the air. Yes. 28-7, a football score. Erie's in the lead. Back on the high right. 16-footer good. Just inside the three-point line by Aaliyah George. And it's 30-7. The next ball stoppage will be a break in the action. Olivia Wolf feeds it back out. Penetrating left baseline, is Frasco. Bounce pass inside, taken by Christensen. She's on the floor, has to get rid of it. And then she's going to have the ball wrestled away. Had no shot there. 2-on-2. Moyers all the way. Banks misses. And there's a Mustang foul by Olivia Wolf. That's going to be her second. Here comes the mid-quarter timeout with 3:42 to go, and the Mustangs trailing 30-7. Yeah, this Erie team is really good. They're tall, they're long, they pass well, they're experienced. They can shoot. Not easy to defend and not easy to score against either. So we have 3:42 to go. We are second shy of the top of the hour, coming up on 5 o'clock Mountain Time. You are listening to Morgan County's B106. This is KPRB Brush Fort Morgan. I'm John Beltran. Game number 3 of the 2021 season. Already more than 20% through the regular season schedule once we get through this game on the 14-game campaign. And the Lady Mustangs are trailing 30-7. And again, as opposed to Roosevelt High School, where there were only home fans there, about 40 of them, 0 here, not a single fan. So to the stripe for Erie's Grace Moyers. She had 4 points in the first quarter. And the right-handed free throw is perfect. Second free throw upcoming. And that one's up, and that one's perfect. 32-7. Here comes Jennifer Altschuler wearing 00. Grace Moyers is out. And the Mustangs unimpeded at midcourt. Frasco across midcourt on the outside right to Christensen. Christensen, boy, she's going to be tied up. That's a very good tie up there. She dribbled right into the defender Altschuler. Luckily for the Mustangs, possession arrows pointing in their direction and in front of the Erie bench. 3/4 court, Emma to throw it in. Bounce pass is intercepted in the right corner, intended for Fritzler. She had to come back for the basketball, did not take it away by Deb Altschuler. That is turnover number 14. Make it 15. On the outside right, George straight away. Jennifer Altschuler 3 is short, and the ball is volleyballed into the hands of Olivia Wolf of the Mustangs. Wolf with her first rebound. She'll take it across midcourt. On the outside right, the chest pass to Christensen. Setting up the offense for the Mustangs against Jennifer Altschuler. Yeah, she's got to protect the ball and tries to hand it off to Frasco. That's going to be a foul on Erie. And that was on Gudino. 1-and-1 situation, 19th foul. Even though Christensen had the ball, it'll be Frasco with a free throw because she's the one who was trying to get the handoff, so to speak. And the free throw is up and around and good. Mustangs are doing very well for the line, 6 out of 7. Estrada Diaz about to check back in. They're down 32-8 with just over 3 minutes to go in the opening half. Second free throw is up, and that is short. And there's a tie-up for the rebound. Possession arrow, Erie. And here's Marbella in for Tessa Frasco. So Fort Morgan certainly playing a better second quarter. They've only been outscored 12-6. Here's Altschuler. Deb Altschuler lobs at free throw line for Hefner. Hefner dribbles, turns right of the lane, back out. George 3 in the air is around and no good. And the ball is tipped out of bounds. It stays with Erie. Off of the Mustangs with 2:45 remaining in the opening half. And Jennifer Altschuler to throw it in. Mustangs have committed only 4 fouls in the first half. Pass left corner, Altschuler 3. That's missed by Deb Altschuler. And Olivia Wolf does a nice job of chasing down the ball in the corner. Wolf met by George, outside left to Estrada Diaz. Diaz dribbles to her right towards the top. Picks up the dribble, still looking. Then has the ball stripped away, but it's batted right back to her, and the Mustangs reset. Christensen just beyond midcourt, 2:19 to go in the first half. And then her cross-court pass is intercepted easily there by Aaliyah George. She banks and scores. George now has 8 points in the game, and the lead is 26, 34-8. And the Mustangs with another turnover, but again, they've protected the ball better than in the previous 2 games. Bounce pass, left baseline, Fritzer in the lane. She leans, she hooks, she misses, and a foul. An excellent move. That should be the 3rd foul there on Deb Altschuler. That's what you need. Fritzer used her body very nicely to shield the defender. And she'll be at the line. Now we have 15 turnovers for Fort Morgan, only 2 for Erie. And 2 free throws here for Jenna Fritzler, who just nailed 2 moments ago. And the first free throw is up and around and good. Well, the Mustangs, you can tell they've been practicing those. They are now sitting at 7 out of 8 from the stripe. Boy, the boys need to do that. Fort Morgan Mustang boys were not good on Friday, missing 18 of their 34 free throws in a 3-point loss at Roosevelt. Under 2 minutes to go in the opening half. Mustangs trying to make it double digits here. Second free throw, and there it is. It's good. 34-10, Erie. Here comes Grace Moyers on the high left against Christensen. Swings it right side to Hill. Back out to Hartle. Near the top to Moyers. Dribbles to her right. Cut off by Christensen. Now fed at the free throw line by Hill. Right baseline, Gudino. Bounce pass right of the lane to Hartle. Puts up a little 12-footer and misses. And the ball is loose. And Estrada Diaz comes away with a basketball. Long pass to Fritzler. And it's intercepted there by Hartle. The other way. In the right corner, the George 3. Bucket. Aaliyah George with 7 in the quarter, 11 in the game. And the lead, as Wolf banks and misses, is 27. Fritzler on the 4 feeds Dahl, and Dahl has the shot blocked. Again, no pump fake. And it's rebounded there by Hartle. Hartle to Moyers, 1-on-2. She slithers. She puts it up off the bottom of the rim at a blocking foul. Moyers to the line. I mean, I cannot stress it enough. You have to pump fake. Fort Morgan is not, I mean, they're just shooting it right into the defender's hands. It's easy. They don't have to think about it. I mean, I have seen very few, if any, pump fakes on the offensive end. And Moyers at the line. She's got 6 points in the game, and this free throw's up and in. Moyers 3 out of 3 from the stripe. Frasco's in for Wolf. And the second free throw's upcoming. It's a 28-point lead here for Erie. That one's up, and it's perfect. 39-10. Here's Estrada Diaz. 1 minute to go, first half. Frasco at the top. Bounce pass towards Fritzler, poked away by George. And here is Hartle down low for George, and she puts it up and in from about 4 feet away. Mustangs with turnover number 17. They're down 41-10 with 41 seconds to go in the first. Christensen picks up the dribble just beyond midcourt. Now to Estrada Diaz, dribbling right baseline. Down low for Dahl. She puts it up, no pump fake. Threw up an air ball. Frasco chases it down nicely in the corner. And nope, she couldn't control it. She was on the end line, and Erie has the ball. I think Coach Starsher's got to work on that against these taller teams. Get a defender in the air. Erie's committed quite a few fouls, but the Mustangs are not getting to the line. Baseball pass down low to Hill. Left baseline. Here's Godino. Penetrates. Cutoff could be a travel. No call now. Hill. 16-footer air ball. And the ball is into the hands of Kirsten Dahl. The Mustangs have 10 seconds to go. At midcourt is Frasco. Top of the key with 8. Lob down low for Christensen. Off her hand. Intercepted. It was an errant pass. And now the ball is loose. Then it's re-intercepted by Dahl. Now to Christensen. Long 3. It's nothing but glass. And that is the end of the opening half. With the score, the Erie Tigers 41 and the Fort Morgan Mustangs 10 on B106 and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. 41-10, the Erie girls lead Fort Morgan as we head to the third. John Beltran with you. I'll be with you, or Brian Nickel, for all 14 basketball doubleheaders. Brian, for the first time, will be with you on Friday when the Mustangs host Severance. And let's see what the Mustangs can do in the second half. I'll repeat the 35-point rule of the Mustangs, or any team, has a 35-point difference after 3 quarters. Then you go to a running clock and early stops for injuries, free throws, and timeouts, and that's it. So even if Erie exceeds the 35-point lead in this quarter, it will not be a running clock until the fourth quarter. Unlike football, when they have the 40-point margin of difference that could be in effect any time in the second half. Erie basketball, or will it be Morgan basketball? Olivia Wolf, Emma Christensen, Jenna Fritzler, Tessa Frasco, and Kirsten Dahl. Inbounds pass to Emma Christensen, guarded over there by Ava Welty on the outside left of Frasco. She's picked up by Grace Moyers. Maintains the left-handed dribble. Back out to Christensen. The ball's poked out of bounds by Welty. Also out there, Anna Hefner, Deb Altschuler, and Aaliyah George. At midcourt, Christensen to trigger it in. Bounce pass. Well, that's a risky bounce pass. 3/4 court, and it was kicked by a Mustang. Yeah, you don't want to throw a pass that close to the end line. Need more spacing than that. 19 turnover. And here comes Erie the other way on the outside right. Altschuler, long three, is around and no good. And the rebound to Olivia Wolf, her third. Across the timeline on her own. On the outside left, Wolf looking down low. Back at the top to Christensen. Emma Christensen uses her body to shield the defender. Back on the high right now, Frasco leans in the lane to Dahl. Dahl kicks it back out through the legs of Fritzer, out of bounds again. No spacing there. A bounce pass, and they were only about 4 feet away from each other. 20 turnovers for the Mustangs. A choppy start to the third. And at the top is Grace Moyers, outside right to Altschuler. Thinks about the three, won't take it. Now backing off as the defender, and the three is in and out. But the rebound to Aaliyah George on the left side. Now she's got it. Takes a three left corner. Back rim, no. Tessa Frasco with her fourth rebound. Neither team scored in the opening minute of the third. Frasco, high left to Christensen. Christensen gets a pick from Frasco and dribbles it right into the defender, Grace Moyers. Moyers down low for George. Kicks it back out to Altschuler. Altschuler in the lane. Her runner's up and off the back of the rim. No good. And the ball is out of bounds. That is off of Aaliyah George. 30-second timeout called by Erie. They are not looking smooth here to begin this half. Mustang basketball. Yeah, the Mustangs are still working out the kinks here offensively. 21 turnovers, still not good for Fort Morgan considering there's no press. Zero press by Erie. Of course, they're pressuring front court, but not in the back court. Unofficially, had the Mustangs with 42 turnovers against Northridge and 48 against Roosevelt. And they're halfway to the 42-point total, 1 minute and 22 seconds into the third quarter. And the Mustang boys will be starting no later than 7 o'clock. We'll have a couple of features in between games. Let's see what we have for you in between games. 1952 Fort Morgan football and two-time state wrestling champion Larry Wagner, the two features in between games. As Emma Christensen has it. Christensen back near the timeline, intended for Frasco, poked away, chases it down in the backcourt. She's fouled by Moyers. First foul by either team in the quarter. Moyers with her first. And Christensen to throw it in. Looking front court, bounce pass is a low one off of Dahl, and it's taken away. Not a good pass by Christensen. Way too low of a pass. Here's Moyers in the lane all the way. Runners up good off the back of the rim for Grace Moyers. Moyers has 8. Mustangs have 4 turnovers in the quarter. Frasco well behind the three-point line at the top of the three-point circle. High right to Christensen. Christensen maintains the right-handed dribble. Back out to Frasco with a left hand. Bounce pass, left corner. Wolf fakes the three, dribbles, and then had the ball poked out of bounds by Altschuler. Mustang basketball, and Wolf to throw it in. To the right of the basket is Wolf. Looking, still looking. Bounce pass, right baseline Fritzer into the lane, and she traveled. Ooh, this is tough to watch now for the Mustangs. One thing is not scoring. The other thing is committing all these turnovers. They've got 5 in the quarter and 23 in the game unofficially with 5:49 to go in the third. Erie 43, Fort Morgan 10. Left corner, Altschuler lobs it down low. Hefner wide open. Banking and missing, though, is George. An easy layup, but she missed it, and Fritzer grabbed the rebound and then threw it away near midcourt. Down low is Altschuler, right baseline. Baseball pass at the top. Now to Hefner in the right corner. Wide open triple. Yes. And that is made by Aaliyah George, who has 16 in the game. 46-10, 5:21 to go. And then Christensen lost the ball right into the hands of the high left to Welty. Down low to George. Puts it up and short. Left it short. And Christensen, nice rebound for her. But the Mustangs again playing really choppy basketball, and that's putting it mildly. And then Frasco does not protect the ball, and it's batted away by Grace Moyers. Mustangs have got to be better than this. Moyers in the lane, kicks it back out. Now down low to Hefner. On the right wing, George, wide open three, and that's off to the left. And the rebound to Kirsten Dahl. That's her 7th, but Fort Morgan has 8 turnovers in the quarter and no points. Wolf in the left corner, Fritzer penetrating. Cross-court pass, right baseline to Frasco. Pumps, defender in the air. Then she puts it up and off the side, misses, gets it right back. And then she's fouled. Nice job by Tessa Frasco. She'll go to the line to shoot 2. And it looked like the foul was committed by Deb Altschuler. That would be her 4th. Nope. That's going to be Moyers instead. Frasco scored 2 points in the opening half. Approaching the 4.5-minute mark, the free throw is in. 9 of 11 of the Fort Morgan points have been from the free throw line. Brooklyn Cundiff back in. Gudino's back in here for Erie along with Maddie Hartle. Holly Lewis about to check in for Frasco if she makes the free throw, and does. And here comes Holly Lewis. Fort Morgan 10 out of 12 from the line. But they trailed 46-12 here in Erie. And across the timeline on the outside right, George wide open three, unguarded, but she missed it. And a nice rebound by Emma Christensen, the two-handed rebound. Christensen into the front court, has to protect the ball, does. Right corner bounce pass, Wolf. 3 is up, and that's no good. Holly Lewis, though, has the rebound on the left baseline, puts it up, and she barely missed it. And Sarah Hill has the rebound for Erie. Long pass, left baseline, Gudino. Dribbles, leans, shoots, scores off the glass for Gudino, and that is now another player in the scoring column for Erie, 48-12. Next whistle, we'll take a 30-second break. Here's Wolf, ball wrestled away. Aaliyah George ahead of the field. She'll lay it up and in. Off the window for George. She's got 18 in the game. Mustangs trail 50-12 with 3:42 to go in the third. At midcourt, Christensen crossover. Nice left-handed dribble at the free throw line. Now backs up 16-footer. Left it a little bit short. And Dahl goes for the rebound and cannot save it. She's out of bounds. Now here's the mid-quarter break with 3:31 remaining. Erie 50, Fort Morgan 12. Yeah, we'll find out how long of a break we have between games, but I'm guessing, especially if we go to a running clock in the fourth quarter, we might tip before 7 o'clock Mountain Time. For those listening online in another time zone, Aaliyah George has outscored Fort Morgan on her own. She's got 18 points. The Mustangs have 12 as a team. But none of this is a surprise. It's a brand new Mustang team, and I applaud these girls for coming out and playing hard. They know that, especially with the competition they faced at the beginning of the season, that they're going to go through some major growing pains, and they have faced tall teams as well. This is another one. I mean, they don't give an inch. Olivia Wolf is going to throw it in on the offensive end underneath the basket. To the right of the basket now, being repositioned. And, oh, it's going to be Erie ball. Okay, I didn't know what was happening there. One official got confused, and so did I. Sarah Hill triggers it in. Here is Jennifer Altschuler. Altschuler on the high right, back out to Hill. On the outside left to Deb Altschuler, guarded closely by Lewis. Some contact, no whistle. Then she lost the ball out of bounds. Good solid defense by Holly Lewis. Only the 5th miscue by Erie. And Lewis to throw it in along the side. And here is Emma Christensen for Fort Morgan. Right-handed dribble into the lane all the way. Lays it up too strong. Nice move. And the rebound to Sarah Hill. Long pass to Godino. She banks and scores. She's got 4. And it's 52-12. 3 minutes to go in the third. Christensen free throw line. And then she traveled. Here comes Jenna Fritzler and Tessa Frasco in for Christensen and Kirsten Dahl. And Erie comes the other way. The Erie Tigers in the right corner. Hill back out to Hartle. She'll take a long three. Yes. Right wing, Maddie Hartle, three-pointer. Erie 55, Fort Morgan 12. 2:39 remaining, third quarter. Olivia Wolf just beyond midcourt. Dribbles to her right against Altschuler. Bounce pass is poked away out of bounds. Intended for Lewis. Knocked away by Jennifer Altschuler. Here comes Grace Moyers back into the game momentarily. She replaces Deb Altschuler. Just beyond midcourt with 2.5 to go. Frasco threw it right into the hands of Grace Moyers, intended for Wolf. Left-handed layup up and in. Moyers now has 10 in the game, 57-12. This will be running clock the entire fourth quarter. Holly Lewis, her bounce pass taken by Fritzer along the right baseline, down low, intended for Frasco. And it's poked away and taken away by Grace Moyers. The Mustangs have committed 12 of their 30 turnovers in the quarter. Moyers in the lane, back out right corner, 3 Hill, left it way short. And Brooklyn Cundiff has the rebound for the Mustangs, fouled in the backcourt. That's Gudino. I'm not sure why they're committing fouls 70 feet away from the basket with a 45-point lead. With an even 2 minutes to go. When it comes to experience, Buildings by Design is the best in the business. Quality, commitment, and experience makes Buildings by Design the only choice when it comes to your next project. On the high left, Frasco, bounce pass down low to Fritzer in the corner to Frasco. Dribbling to her right in the lane. She hooks it up, and again, no pump and partially blocked there, but taken by Fritzler, who banks and scores. Nice job by Jenna Fritzer picking up the loose change. She's got 6. 57-14, a minute and a half to go in the third. Erie with a huge lead. Working off a pick is Moyers. Right corner, wide open 3, Hartle. Off the back of the rim, rebound, put back is up, and that's missed by Gudino. And a nice rebound there by Brooklyn Cundiff. On the outlet, now we have a whistle. Is that another foul in the backcourt? I don't know what she's doing. That's ridiculous. I mean, come on. You have a 43-point lead, fouling 75 feet away from the basket. 14 fouls. The Mustangs have not committed one here in the third. I mean, I get it. You want to be aggressive, but at that point, you back off. Here is Olivia Wolf for Fort Morgan. Met at the top of the three-point circle. Maintains the dribble. Picks up the dribble. On the high left of Fritzer. Dribbles into the paint. Fritzer, her runner is partially blocked. And it's taken away by Gudino. Here is Moyers into the paint. Moyers, runner up. No foul. Fort Morgan. Moyers to the line. And the foul is on Holly Lewis. And 2 free throws coming up for Grace Moyers. Free throw is up and in and out. Second one upcoming. The official talking to Moyers. Not sure what about. Here's free throw number 2. And that's up and that's good. She's got 11. The lead is 44. 53 seconds to go, third quarter. Frasco looking, spinning. Bounce pass on the extreme outside left there to Olivia Wolf. Back out to Frasco on the high right. Here's Holly Lewis working off a pick from Frasco. Left-handed dribble. Bounce pass left corner for Wolf. Penetrates left baseline. She's picked up over there. Bounce pass down low is forced and intercepted by Grace Moyers. Moyers with Fritzler to beat. Moyers going to lay it up and in and a foul on Fritzler. Not sure why she did that. Second foul on Fritzler, and Moyers has 7 in the quarter. And the lead is 46. And the Mustangs with their 13th miscue of the quarter. Free throw is up and good by Grace Moyers. Here are the Mustangs the other way, 61-14 Erie with 25 seconds remaining in the third. Frasco Going to hand it off near midcourt to Holly Lewis. Dribbles to her right against Aaliyah George. Lewis looking for Wolf. Feeds it back out to Wolf. Left-handed dribble with 12 seconds to go. And we have a whistle. That might be on Erie. That's Godino again. I don't know why she's being that aggressive. That's her third foul. Way too aggressive with a 47-point lead. Actually, they got 4 on her. Wolf to throw it in. Got to get rid of it. Wolf gets it left corner for Lewis. Long three is up. Front rimmed it. No. Ball is loose, and we have a foul. I think that's on Erie. That'll be the 16th foul. And she's going to foul out. Going to foul out with 4 points. Well, her defense was really questionable there. Committed fouls far from the basket. So here's Anna Hefner back in. Again, the 16th foul. With 7 seconds to go, the Mustangs will have one final shot in quarter number 3. Wolf to throw it in on the offensive end. Lobs it outside right. Frasco fakes the three. Dribbles into the lane. Bounce pass left corner. Lewis three. Partially blocked by Moyers. And that is the end of quarter number 3. It's Erie 61 and the Mustangs 14 on B106 and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. We'll head to a running clock here in the fourth quarter. Erie leads Fort Morgan 61-14. It is Dahl, Christensen, Wolf, Fritzler, and Frasco for the Mustangs. Erie basketball with Hefner, along with Aaliyah George, the inbounds passer Ava Welty, Grace Moyers, and Deb Altschuler. Into the paint, the pass is poked out of bounds by Christensen. Nice deflection on that entry pass. Erie retains possession. And to throw it in will be Ava Welty. In the right corner, wide open three is George, and she missed it. And the rebound into the hands of Christensen, then she walked. Yeah, she didn't see the defender right behind her, and she took an extra step. Mustangs with 32 turnovers. Christensen did grab her 5th board. And to throw it in is Welty. Again, the clock continues to run. Down low for Hefner, and she's fouled. As she misses, she'll go to the line. They'll stop the clock here momentarily. And the foul was committed by Jenna Fritzler, her 3rd. Oh, no, they keep it running. And now they stopped it with 7:03 to go in the game. And the Hefner free throw is up, and that's perfect. Anna Hefner now with 6 points. So that was either Mia Welty or Genevieve Godino, who's wearing number 20. Not sure yet. Second free throw is around and no good. And Kirsten Dahl has her 8th rebound for the Mustangs. Under 7 minutes to go in the game. Erie 62, Fort Morgan 14. Frasco chest pass right wing to Wolf. Wolf with a left-handed dribble against George. Back on the high left. Christensen penetrates left baseline. Cut off by Welty. Crosses over. Picks up the dribble. Back out to Wolf. Wolf is double-teamed. Jump pass to Frasco. 16-footer is around and no good. And the ball is loose. Frasco with a nice rebound. Frasco bounce pass on the outside left to Christensen. She dribbles towards the top. Now back to her left and dribbles right into George, but Christensen picks it back up. Now to Frasco on the high left. Bounce pass near the corner. Penetrating left baseline is Wolf. Her floater's up and off the back of the rim. And the ball is loose, and it is picked up by Ava Welty of Erie. Here's Moyers, 6:14 to go. Pass down low, turning, shooting, scoring off the glass is Anna Hefner off the assist from Moyers. And the lead is 50, 64-14. 6 minutes to go in the game. Christensen picks up her dribble, has to get rid of it. There's the timeout called by head coach Steve Starsher. It's going to be a full timeout. Gives us a chance to tell you that, like a good neighbor, Greg Mullen and his team are there at State Farm Insurance to make the insurance world easy for you. 842-4555. That's Greg Mullen at State Farm Insurance. Mustangs' leading scorer tonight is Jenna Fritzler with 6 points. Aaliyah George has 18 for Erie. And that third quarter really hurt Fort Morgan with 13 turnovers in a quarter, 32 in the game. That's the one thing they're just going to try to reduce as the season wears along. is that turnover margin. And even playing better defense. They gave up 64 points. Check that. 73 against Roosevelt, 64 right now. And the inbounds passer will be Emma Christensen. I think Erie's going to back off defensively now, which is a good idea. Over to Olivia Wolf, just beyond midcourt. Wolf with a left-handed dribble. Wolf crossing over on Jennifer Altschuler on the high right. Back out to Dahl. Dahl left-handed dribble at the top. Left corner, Fritzer. Bounce pass down low for Dahl. Dahl dribbles, turns, shoots, scores. Nice little hook there by Kirsten Dahl. Her first points of the game at 64-16. Deb Altschuler, right baseline, leans, banks, misses, and the ball is volleyballed into the hands of Kirsten Dahl. She's had a nice rebounding game tonight. That's her 9th. Backing off is Erie. Emma Christensen picked up at midcourt. There's a nice pick over there. Should be a defensive foul there. Easily on Ava Welty trying to run through a pick. 17 foul. 1-and-1 situation. Jenna Fritzler will shoot the free throw. And now in for Fort Morgan is Jenda Montoya. Front end of the 1-and-1. For Jenna Fritzler. She's 4 out of 4 from the line tonight. And that one is up and around and no good. Rebound to Deb Altschuler, her 6th board. And now a long three on the left wing is in and out, missed by Altschuler. But the rebound to Hill. She leans, she shoots, she misses off to the right. Tessa Frasco with a rebound for Fort Morgan. Frasco with 4:42 to go in the game. Met by Hartle on the outside right. Hartle likes to reach. Boy, no whistle there. Bounce pass to Christensen, left of the free throw line. In the left corner for Fritzler. Penetrates left baseline, underneath. Reverse layup is up, and she barely missed it. And the ball is loose. It's still loose. There's going to be a tie up there. And let's see, possession arrow stays with the Mustangs. Clock is running with 4:18 to go in the game. Erie 64, Fort Morgan 16. Christensen to trigger it into the right of the basket on the offensive end. He's got to get rid of it. Does left baseline to Frasco. Pumps, dribbles, and there's a foul. There's a lot of contact there. Welty's all over her. This will be a 1-and-1. 18th foul. And Aaliyah George, who leads the team in scoring, is into the game for Welty. Tessa Frasco is 4 out of 6 from the line tonight. And the free throw is up and in. 64-17. The Mustangs have 3 field goals in the game. The first half by Estrada Diaz and Fritzler and Dahl have scored. Just 3 field goals. Second free throw, good. Nice game on the line by Frasco, 6 out of 8. 64-18. Next whistle, we'll take a break here for 30 seconds, the mid-quarter break. On the outside left, Jennifer Altschuler, overhead pass. On the right wing, Hill dribbles by 2, pulls up from 10, and that's off for the front of the rim, and Frasco has her 7th rebound. Frasco now unimpeded across the timeline, gets a pick from Fritzer. That's going to be an offensive foul, illegal screen on Jenna Fritzler. Second turnover only of the quarter, mid-quarter timeout. Are they not going to call it? I guess they're not calling the timeout there. The mid-quarter timeout is now it's going to be called. Fritzer with her 4th. Nice job of the timekeeper reminding the officials they got to stop the clock in the game with 3:38 to go. COVID protocols. 64-18 in favor of Erie. The boys' game will start no later than 7 o'clock. It's got to start before that because this game will be over before 6 Mountain Time. So I would think, and we'll get an idea, we could start as early as 6:30. But I'm guessing closer to 6:45. especially with this game at 3 minutes and 38 seconds to go and no fans here. So they just have to sanitize chairs, sweep the floor, and that's about it. I'm not moving from my spot. No need to. I've already sanitized myself, but that might happen again. All right, along the side in the backcourt, Sarah Hill to throw it in for Erie, up by 46. They were up by as many as 50, so the Mustangs have dented the lead. Three-pointer in the quarter is missed by George. Rebound put back is up and in by Deb Altschuler, and she's fouled. Emma Christensen commits the foul. Altschuler now with 4. Now the free throw by Altschuler is in the air, and that's around and no good. And the ball is poked out of bounds. And the clock has not started. There you go. It will be Fort Morgan basketball. The clock didn't start with a contact. You got to start the clock. And I know these running clocks can be tricky because you stop for timeouts. Well, timeouts is easy, but for free throws. Olivia Wolf on the high right. Cross-court pass down low. Well, I don't know if it was going outside left or down low, but poked away. And it stays with Fort Morgan. It must have been deflected. I didn't see where that was going. 2:49 remaining, 66-18 Erie. And Christensen to throw it in. And now the ball's in play. Christensen. On the outside right to Fritzler. Pump fake. Dribbles to her left. At the top for Frasco. Left to the free throw line. Spinning now to Diaz. Bounce pass down low for Dahl. She hooks. She banks. She misses off to the left. Sarah Hill with a rebound for Erie. Long baseball pass to Hartle down low. Hefner banks and scores. Hefner now with 10 points in the game. It's a 50-point lead again. 68-18. 2:09 remaining. Christensen on the high left maintains the dribble, then dribbles right into Altschuler. Altschuler all the way, banks and scores. Deb Altschuler with 4 in the quarter, 6 points in the game. 70-18. The Mustangs have committed 34 turnovers unofficially. Christensen left-handed dribble, looked like she was fouled, no whistle. Then she goes to the floor, and then she's going to be tied up. And the Mustangs took a timeout as she was on the floor. Good timeout call by Coach Steve Starsher. The one thing Fort Morgan's got to do is get rid of the basketball much quicker. They're dribbling into pressure quite a bit, and that's been the case all 4 quarters. You see Erie, they get rid of the ball very quickly. And again, they've got some height and they've got some experience. 2 things the Mustangs really don't have. They have some height, but they don't have the length of this Erie team. So we have just over 100 seconds to go. Erie up by 52 at 70-18. Again, we'll have an in-between game feature on the 1952 Fort Morgan football team and maybe a second as well. Christensen to get it in to Estrada Diaz. Back out to Christensen straight away. Into the lane. Now she backs it out to Estrada Diaz. Gets a pick from Christensen. Frasco fakes the 3. Steps in. Leans. Tries to hand it off to Dahl. And bodies on the floor. There's a tie-up. And it's going to go over to Erie. And the Mustangs will back off. With 1:19 remaining. At the top is Hilda Hartle. Straight away. Altschuler takes the 3 and drills the three-pointer. 7 points in the quarter. The lead is 55 with 1:05 to go. Christensen left to the lane, then bodies go flying. She was kicked there. She was tackled. And she'll go to the line for the 1-and-1. That's on Jennifer Altschuler. Clock stops with 50 seconds to go. Emma has not scored in the game. 19 foul. She's pulling back that mask to get a breather. She's played hard tonight, but she's had issues handling the ball. Lots of pressure by that Erie team. Not the only one. That free throw's up, and she left it short. And Hefner has the rebound for Erie. Here is Altschuler all the way, scoops it up bottom rim. She goes back up, and she misses again, goes back up, and scores. Altschuler, 9 points in the quarter. And she got 8 rebounds in the game, 75-18. Fritzer penetrates left baseline, and then she puts up a little floater and misses. Hefner with a rebound, and there is a long pass down low to Hartle. She banks it in. Right off the glass for Hartle. 77-18. That should be it for the scoring unless the Mustangs score here. No reason for Erie to even look to score. Estrada Diaz is going to travel with the basketball. And that'll be it as the clock is going to run out. And the score, the final score, Erie 77, Fort Morgan 18. Let's take a break here on B106 and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. All right, we're going to have to clear here even the media, so let's get to the Mustang Post-Game Show. Mustang Post-Game Show brought to you by Morgan Community College. There to make your dreams become a reality for both traditional and non-traditional students. Check them out at morgancc.edu. Erie wins the game tonight, 77-18, up 20-2 after one, 41-10 at the break. They outscored Fort Morgan, that is 20-4 in the third and 16-4 in the fourth. And let's look at the totals in this game on both sides, including the rebounding totals that we'll get to here in just a second. For the Mustangs, they got 6 points in the game from Tessa Frasco and Jenna Fritzler, 2 each by Olivia Wolf, Kirsten Dahl, and Madbea Estrada Diaz. 4 players in double figures for Erie. They got 18 points from Aaliyah George. Grace Moyers with 14, 11 for Deb Altschuler, and 10 for Anna Hefner. Next up in the scoring column, Maddie Hartle with 9 points. And they also received 5 from Sarah Hill and 4 apiece from Ava Welty and Gudino. 31 rebounds for the Mustangs unofficially, 9 of those by Dahl, 30 by Erie. They got 8 rebounds from Deb Altschuler as they moved to 2-1. The big difference, the Mustangs had 36 turnovers unofficially, 5 for Erie at the free throw line. Erie was 10 out of 14. So they were at 71%. The Mustangs at 12 out of 16 in the game at 75%. The Mustangs dropped to 0-3 with tonight's loss, and back in action again coming up against Severance in Fort Morgan, 5 o'clock on Friday. All right, we'll take a break and a feature to follow here. Big feature to follow. The final score of this girls' game, Erie 77, Fort Morgan 18. We'll be back for the boys' game a little bit later on tonight on Morgan County's B106, B106.com, and the Eastern Plains Sports Network.